All right, fam, we have some new toys, and I'm gonna open them up. Electric ball valve, replacement water pump, water filtration for under the sink, water tank fill port, 2 new air filters. Put one of these in right now. Guys, that's the new toys for today, so let's get it. Ooh, she sure is pretty. All right, gang, here is the needles for the outs and in of this bad boy. We're just gonna go ahead and put it together. Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, March 16th, and it's going to be, today is going to be a critical day. Quick update on the van. Anthony and I were able to put everything back together, put all the new parts on and everything. Got it started up, hooked the scan tool to it, let it run for a good 15 minutes or so, and identified the same massive high pressure oil leak is still happening in the van. So the plan yesterday was to attack the oil pressure sensor, which typically is a culprit for leaks, and we identified an area where the leak is coming from that is basically a 4-inch diameter. So we've really narrowed it down, and so I tried to get at it from the front of the van, but I've got a couple of bolts that are just rusted solid, and I can get to the sensor. I can see it, I can touch it with a couple of fingers, but there's no way I'm getting tools back there unless I can remove this one part. It's the fuel filter. So I'm gonna give it another go today, but I spent about 3 hours spraying and cranking and all the things to try to get this bolt off, and it's not budging. So I think what's gonna end up having to happen today is I'm gonna have to undo everything inside the doghouse that we buttoned up the other day, which feels like a really long road to get there. But I have to remember that when we took everything off initially, we had rusted bolts. We had stuff that we had to use the cutting wheel and the Sawzall to cut off. Like basically a 25 minute job turned into 3 days. Of about 8 to 10 hours a day working on this thing to get those parts off, get things cleaned up, get them prepared, as compared to if the van was newer. So my hope is I can get all this stuff pulled out, the turbo pulled out, all of it done inside of 35 minutes, an hour, access this oil pressure sensor and see, you know, if that's the leak, if it's the gaskets that connect to it all. It's, man, these vans, guys, it's tough. The frame of these vans makes it incredibly challenging to work on. But that's what's happening right now. So we are day 2 of week 3, stuck without being able to drive, and it is frustrating. I'm missing a lot of what's happening in Austin, missing a lot of meetings, missing a lot of my weekly schedule stuff. So fingers crossed those parts show up today, that sensor shows up today. So I'm just sitting here sipping some coffee because home is where you park it. You can see the sun is just starting to come up. You can see it through the skylight. So that's where I'm at with it. I'm sipping a cup of attitude adjustment. Yesterday I really finally, the magnitude of things really hit, and what I'm trying to do with this van, a little bit sunburn, a little bit tension headache from cranking my back over the van hood for so long, and not getting the time to work on my business, and I've got some big things coming up that demand my attention beginning of next month. And so today's a big day. That's it. Today's a big day. So I will catch up with you guys, hopefully successfully later on. That is the oil pressure sensor, but I got to get this thing out. All right, guys, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back. Took me less than an hour, maybe closer to 40 minutes, just to take the downpipe off the Y pipe, undo all the hoses and the clamps and everything, and then get this this turbo out. The turbo itself only took me about 4 minutes, so pretty happy about it. It's got some crud on it, but still pretty solid. Same as before. This is the cord that's supposed to connect to the oil pressure sensor, and that I barely touched it and it just snapped off. So I think it was right. This big what do you call that thing? That harness was resting pretty heavily on top of that, squishing the wire. So yeah, so it looks like it's a good thing I ordered a new one. All right, try to remember when everything in here was an absolute shade of carbon dust black. Just finished cleaning. I'm gonna plug that up here in a second. But you can actually see the seams where one part ends and another part begins. So looking good so far. All right, guys. Man, it has been weeks. I think this is week 4 since I've been up here out of Austin. The old girl's open though, catching some really nice spring breezes. We got it all back together, pretty sure, 95% sure we found the culprit of this oil leak, and got it sorted out. A lot of new parts, cleaned a lot of parts. Like, she's in good shape. She's in good shape. I think it was just that one gasket that was broken, but the water system is in. It is done. And I was filling up the tank. Where is it? I was filling the tank over here, which you can see is lit. Get rid of this towel. And I filled it too high, so the water came spitting out, and I had to hurry and pull everything out and dry it up. It wasn't a ton, maybe a cup and a half worth of water. It was just kind of inspired to do a deep cleaning. So that's where I'm at with it right now. The van, we have one part that just came up missing. So Anthony ordered that part, Johnny on the spot, real quick this morning, but it looks like it's gonna be another 3 days before it gets here. So she's sitting there ready to be started up, but the problem is the one part is a clamp that clamps the oil delivery and return tubes to the oil filter, and oil pressure enough is going to be enough to pop those things off. We have it on good authority. It's showing activity for the EGR. So in any case, I'm feeling a little bit inspired to just do a deep cleaning on the old girl. Man, I love those lights. It's to the point now where I think the wheels that used to be chrome are gonna need like abrasive chemical cleaning. It's gonna take a bit. So yeah, so I think I'm just gonna clean up the garage first, my vertical garage, and potentially rearrange some things, because I have something coming that is critical for the summers in Texas that I did not have last year. Very, very excited about it, but I'm not gonna drop that just yet. So all right, I'm gonna get to cleaning. I'm gonna finish this vlog here. I know this was a longer one, but man, it has been, God, it's been a journey trying to fix this thing. So yeah, time to get some water in and do some therapeutic cleaning.